Okay, so you're probably a small business owner and you feel like everything is just everywhere and you're feeling really overwhelmed because all of your to-do lists are all over the place in all different programs. Maybe you're trying to have a content creation calendar somewhere, but it's just not working for you, and you really just want one place to help organize your business and keep it all in one spot so it makes it super easy for you to keep track of to-do lists and checklists and workflows. Then you're gonna love this video because I'm gonna break down exactly how I use Trello in my business to basically just keep me sane and make me organized. If you don't have Trello already, there's a link down in the description. You can grab Trello for free. It's a completely free account to make. And in this tutorial, I'm basically just gonna walk you guys through how exactly I am using Trello and literally showing you my screen and showing you exactly how I'm using it for my business, whether it's through planning and more of my admin and keeping track of my weeks, whether it's using my content creation calendar. I'm gonna show you that, how I do it for my YouTube videos, the one like you're seeing now. And I'm also gonna show you how I use it for quarterly planning in my business and how I also integrate that with my to-do list for each week. So this is how I keep track of basically everything in my business. And if you're just feeling like you have to-do lists all over in all different spots, maybe you have sticky notes in different places and you're keeping up with your notes and your notebooks, and we're gonna keep it all in one place by using Trello and making it really, really easy. Okay guys, so we're gonna basically jump right into it. I'm gonna show you my exact screen and exactly how I am doing all of this. So if you turn to your screen, you're now going to see my Trello boards pulled up. And obviously I have a ton of Trello boards right here. When you first start out, you're obviously not gonna have any pulled up right away, or this many, but when you first log in to create a Trello board, you go to this little plus icon right here, you click create board, and you can name it literally whatever you want. We're just gonna name it demo. We'll choose a fun color, and then we're gonna create it. So when you open a new board that's blank, it's gonna look like this. And I'm just gonna kind of break down some of the different things that are within Trello and how to use them. So these are lists right here. So you wanna make different lists and they go side by side. So for example, we can do list 1, we can do list 2, list 3, and so on. So you can name these whatever you want. And then within these lists, you can create cards. So let's do card 1, card 2. And this is basically how I keep track of, especially clients. For each client right here, I will have a card, and then you can, when you open up the card, you can create workflows. So if you create a checklist right here, I usually name it workflow. And then, for example, I'm a photographer, so say I have to back up their images, or I have to send them sneak peek. Oh, definitely did that wrong. Send sneak peek images. Yes. Okay, so you could do like as many tasks as you want here, and what's nice is it makes you feel so accomplished because as you're going through these tasks, you can literally just check them off. And when you complete it, it says like 100% complete. So that's what I love using it for, like clients. You can also use the same concept in content creation workflows. So I'll show you in a little bit my video board for YouTube videos, and you can see exactly how I'm putting this into practice. But essentially that's kind of the basics of how this works. And there's basically 2 different ways you could set this up as far as workflows or just to-do lists go. I would highly recommend doing each list is like a different type of client or a different video or something like that. And then having within each card the workflow. I've seen some ways of setting it up where the workflow steps are lists, like you would title the list like workflow step 1 and then have a bunch of lists, and then you have these are the names of your different clients or videos or whatever, and you move them through the list. However, what I found to be a little bit more organized and more detailed, because you can add a bunch of more details for each like client or content you're making, you can do workflows and like customize them for every single card, is to have it as a card. So like this card would be named your client 1, and then these would be the workflow steps here. So that's just been the easiest way that I found to do it, and I would highly recommend you doing it. And now I'm going to show you just a couple more things that I love to do with boards. So if you come over here and click change background, you can literally change it to colors or photos. I think unless you pay, you can't do custom, but they do have a ton of photos just in here. You can do something really fun, something really inspiring for you when you're coming in here. But those are really the basics of setting up a Trello board. So now I'm gonna open up my planner board. So I name it Planner Plus Admin. It's just kind of like where I plan my weekly to-dos, and then just kind of more admin work in my business, usually I have like one admin day every week, and that's where I'm pulling these admin tasks from. So let's go ahead and open up that board here. Okay, so already a lot of things going on. So I'm just gonna kind of break it down really, really quickly for you guys. So the first thing that I want to point out here is on the left-hand side, I have something called This Week. And you can do so many different things with it. If you wanna break this down even more into having every list be like a day of the week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you totally can. But I just found it, like the way my brain works, the best way that I found is to have one just titled This Week, and that's where this week's tasks and main things going on are going in. So I also kind of include my personal life in here and anything, not necessarily things to do, but things that are going on my calendar so that I can make sure I'm paying attention to that as I'm working and throughout my day. So you can see right now I'm filming this video on a Thursday. So basically my list is this week, and then I have a different card for, it's just very generic, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And how I got the gold to go across here is I literally just made a gold photo in Photoshop, and then I uploaded it as a cover. So if you click cover right here, you can add whatever cover you want, which is really fun. But I basically have a card just to kind of separate out the different days of the weeks, and then have that gold bar going across the top. And then at the beginning or on the Friday of each week, I plan for the next week. So tomorrow I'm going to be planning for next week, and how I kind of have this organized is as things come up throughout the week, if I want to remember to do something on Friday, I will just add a card down here, just say reminder, or you put in whatever the task is, and then I put it under Friday and about the like order of importance for me. So for me, the way that I work really well is I try to make sure that the first 2 to 3 things on my list are more like deep work and things I need to be super focused on. And if nothing else gets done that day, those are the things that are going to get done on that day of the week. So for example, today I really wanted to film 2 YouTube videos. I really want to make some TikTok videos, and then I have a Facebook Live. So those are the things that absolutely need to get done today. And then these other things, this one I do need to do, but it takes me like 2 seconds. And then this one, if I don't get to it today, I can definitely push it to Friday, and I know that in my mind. But it will definitely be more of a priority on Friday because that's kind of the last day to do it before the next week comes and it needs to be done. So that's kind of how I separate those things out. But let's just say, theoretically, as you're going throughout your week, you're like, oh, I need to remember to do something next week on Thursday. So say there's something next week I need to do. So what I will do is I have another list over here called to do. And I will add a card here reminding me to do it. So say, let's say reminder, that would be like your to do. So say it's, to answer a client email or something like that. You can also add due dates, which is really fun. So if you click due date right here, you can click a date. So say I want to do it next week on Thursday. I will save it like that. And then when I'm planning my week out for the following Friday, so tomorrow, say all of my to-dos are done and I need to restructure how I'm gonna do my week next week, I will come over to my to-do list and look at the things that I need to be done. So I know like this needs to be done by May 29th, which is also next week. So I need to make sure I'm putting that in on Friday. I want to make sure that I'm filming some more YouTube videos. So I will add that into a day next week. And then I have this reminder that I added to my to-do list, and I'm like, oh yeah, like I need to do that next week on Thursday. So I will add it, I will just drag it over and put it under my Thursday. So it's just a really nice way to like kind of organize your week and to remember to do things when you want to do them. So if there's things coming up in the future, just like even high level, like you're wanting to make sure that you're getting main things done, you can totally do that with this. Another thing that I have in here, and you could probably see, is this little done list. And I love adding the little confetti emoji right there. I recently found this out because when you drag something over to your done, see how it just gives little confetti? Isn't that just like the most motivating thing in the world? I love it. And I basically just have this. This is all the things that I have completed that were on my to-do list. And you can see it's really long. And honestly, it's kind of motivating because you see all the things you've completed and you're like, wow, that is way longer than even my to-do list. So it makes me feel really good. But another thing I want to point out here is I do keep a list here with my quarterly goals. So I'm going to jump over and show you real quick my quarterly planning board here in a second. But basically my quarterly goals, I keep them here just as a high level overview of seeing what are the main things I want to get done on my business and making sure that I'm pushing myself to get all the things done that I want to. And I'm not just staying busy with busy work and just admin tasks and working in my business, and making sure I'm working on my business as well, and that it's moving forward in the way that I wanted to when I planned out that quarter. So I always make sure that I just have my goals here. Obviously, we're a about halfway through May. So I've already completed all the big things I wanted to for May, and I do put due dates on most of these. So especially at the beginning of the month, like I put due dates on all of these and all of the things that I wanted to do or start doing, and it makes you feel really good when you can open it up. And with due dates too, you can check once you've done it, which is really nice and super motivating, and it makes you feel real good to have those green around the due dates and you're like, yes, I finished it. So that's how I kind of organize that. And I'm gonna jump over now to my quarterly planning board. So when I am planning out every quarter, so when I say quarter, like January, February, March is a quarter, April, May, June is a quarter, so just the different quarters of the year. At the beginning of each quarter, I will plan out kind of my overview of what I want to do in that quarter, the main things I want to get accomplished, the main things I'm going to be focusing on. Right now in my business, I have two main sides to my business. I have the education side of my business, and I also do photography, and I have photography clients. So in different quarters, I'm going to be focusing on different things. Like right now, I'm in a quarter where I don't have a lot of shoots going on, and I can focus a lot on my education. But there are definitely times in my business and quarters in my business where I have a lot of shoots and a lot of weddings going on, and I need to focus more on that. So it's just kind of keeping an eye on that and making sure I am getting the things I need to get done and prioritizing what I need to prioritize. So this is how I kind of quarterly plan, and this is a very simple board. This is not anything crazy. So this is a lot more simple if you're like, okay, I just need to start with something really small. I don't want to jump into it too much yet. This is really nice. So I basically just had a 2020 big picture. So I have goals, just like goals that I want to accomplish, and I have financial goals. I'm not necessarily going to open them up for you. I guess I'm going to open this one. So how I kind of break this down even more when I open up goals, and this is kind of similar to how I set up my financial goals, is I have 3 different goals for different things. So this is mostly for the education side of my business. I don't have a lot for my photography clients in here right now, but basically what I would consider to be good and what I should be super proud of if I do. And basically if I'm breaking even in my business as far as how much I want to launch or how much I can realistically do, this is like the bare minimum almost. So for me, that was having 2 new launches for the year. And at this point, actually, I just launched my second big launch of new products. So I've already hit that goal, which is really exciting. And then the better, which I would consider more profitable, is to have 3 launches for new offerings. So I have 1 more big course that I want to launch towards the end of this year. So that would be the better. And then best is scary yet realistic is 4 launches, which I'm not really sure I'm going to hit. I don't know if I come up with a new idea or some more just like smaller shop products, I might hit that goal. But my better goal is more like where I really want to land. But if I don't launch anything else the rest of this year, I should still be super proud of myself that I already accomplished that, and we're not even halfway through the year. And then best is basically the things that it might not be realistic, or totally it could be realistic, but it might be a lot of work on my end, or some other things would have to work out a certain way for me to accomplish that. So that's kind of how I have those goals broken up as far as big picture over the entire year. And then at the beginning of each quarter, kind of like I was mentioning when I'm quarterly planning, I list out goals for each month. So when I did it for this quarter, I had April, May, and June. And I had the main goals that I wanted to accomplish. So when I look back at this April one, I did all of these things, which is super exciting. And then the May one, I did the first 2, but I haven't done this last one yet. I still need to finish it up by the end of this month. And then for June, these are the main things that I wanted to accomplish, but this wedding photo shoot is probably gonna get pushed back. So I will probably add 1 or 2 more things to that goal list because I'm gonna have a lot more space and margin in my calendar to do that. So let's go ahead. When I plan out my quarterly goals, I also update my planner. So if we go back to the planner, see how I had my quarterly goals on here. So what I will do is I will copy over those lists to here and merge them into one list so that I can have them all in one place and just kind of have an overview at all times. So if we go back here, I'll show you exactly how you do that. If you click on the little 3 dots right here, you can do copy list, create list, and then you're gonna wanna move list, and then you select the board. So the board that I use, let's see, I gotta find it. I have way too many boards. Why is this not? Okay, found it. Okay, so you can do that. You just click move, And then when we go back to our planner and admin board, it's going to be this first one right here. So I will just do that for all of the lists for all of my goals, and then I will just kind of merge them on. So if I was adding it to my Q, like say this is Q3 goals or something, I would just bring them over here and create a new little thing for April. So hopefully that was really helpful. And then let's go ahead, I'm gonna archive this because I do not need that anymore. So if you need to get rid of a list, you can archive them. So if you click the little 3 dots, click archive, and it won't delete it, so you'll still have it. If you need it, you can search for it in this little search bar, like search the title of it, and it will still pop up, but you won't have to like see it in the board anymore. Okay, then another thing I want to show you guys I think will be really helpful is how I'm using this to plan out my content creation calendar, more specifically for YouTube, because it literally is so helpful in keeping up with all the workflows and little steps I need to do for every video. So if you open up my video board right here, and this is going to seem really overwhelming at first. Like, this is overwhelming, but I want to show you and kind of break down how I'm organizing this. So the first list that I have is ideas. So this is where I keep track of all my different ideas for YouTube videos and the different videos that I want to make. And I kind of have them organized by different, like where those ideas came from, so I can kind of have an idea of that. And then over here I currently upload YouTube videos on Tuesdays and I upload YouTube videos on Fridays. So I have those kind of separated out into 2 columns. You can totally, when I only was doing 1 video a week, I just had 1 column, but this just helps me to like organize it more in my mind. But I have all of the video cards here, and when you open one up, you can see like I have all my workflow steps down here in a checklist. It's like 20-25 steps long for every YouTube video. I even, within this card in the description right here, I write out the outline for my YouTube videos. I write out like the links I want to include in the description and all of that as I'm filming. So when I'm actually filming a YouTube video like I'm doing right now, I will have my iPad and I'll have my Trello board up and just pull this up. This is where I create all my outlines and for my videos. So whenever I go to film, all I have to do is literally sit down and start filming and just go off of this outline that I already created. So that's how I kind of do that. And then obviously, using that due dates again. So the due date of this is actually the day the video is supposed to go live. So once we finish all of the workflow steps, so I have a video editor and I also have a virtual assistant who helps me with this. So once we complete all the steps, we mark this as done right here, and then we drag it over to the done section. So just kind of similar to almost how I was setting up my planner and admin, I have a done list over here that I drag videos over once all the workflow steps are completed and once the video is scheduled. So that's where the card will go, and then I know we're totally done with it. So I have this separated out in 2 different columns. I also upload some videos to my IGTV, so this is just kind of giving me an idea of when I want to upload them. I should add some due dates to these because that would be helpful. I obviously have not done that yet, but this is how you can also keep up with if you do IGTV, very similar concept. And then another thing I want to point out here is you can also have like templates for your workflows for your videos or whatever content you're creating. So for me, I have a whole list of just all the things I know I'm going to need to do to make a YouTube video. And I have that in a checklist right here. And I have kind of a outline for the description of what I want it to be. So I know I need to write an outline, I need to make sure I know where I'm putting cards, and then I need to have a list of the links I want for the video. So I just have that all right here. So all I have to do is, let's see, I'm gonna show you just an example real quick. So if you open up a card, you can click make template right here. So if you make a template, you can basically make your card a template card. So if I was going to, let's say, schedule or plan to make another YouTube video, I can click open this. I can click create card from template. I just name it. Let's do sample YouTube video, and then put it under whatever list you want here. So let's just do this for now, just to show you guys an example. And then you would just open it up, create the due date, say it's going to be here in a couple of weeks. And what's really fun too is you can use a calendar view of this. So once you kind of have all these scheduled out, I'm just going to archive this real quick. Once you have all this scheduled out, you can actually click calendar up in the top right, and you can see this more visually and how it's all laid out. So see how like I'm seeing all the videos that like were done and how they're crossed off because we finished everything. You can see all the videos coming up, which is just really fun. And if you need to drag and drop and rearrange stuff, you can literally just drag and drop like this, which is really fun. And obviously if you drag and drop, it's not going to reorder them right here. So you will have to come back over here and reorder them based on the date. point, but it's just a really nice way to see it a little bit more visually and all the things that are going out. If you wanted to take this a step further, you could have like your YouTube video content, your blog post content, IGTV, Facebook, like everything all in one place. So when you came to this calendar view, you could see like kind of how everything's going out. But it makes more sense for me to organize it a little bit more. And I have one for my YouTube videos, I have one for my blog posts, I have one for my Facebook group, and just to keep it separated a little bit more and not have it all in one place. But you can always pull them up or put them all into one board, or you could pull them up on different boards and have them side by side kind of when you're planning things out. So if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel down below because I upload 2 new videos every single week on Tuesdays and Fridays, and I can't wait to share more with you guys next time. Bye guys!